Hey guys, welcome back to WCBI. Hi,
We look like we don't like each other.
Yeah, well, I didn't want you to smell my feet.
Oh, okay.
I took my shoes off.
Probably mine.
It's truly after hours. The shoes are off.
Start right now. It's truly
I was just
the
afraid
best.
that my feet would sting, so I didn't want you to.
Okay.
I mean, but like, look at the direction of your
I know.
toes. Like, that is going to directly waft
Well,
at
speaking
him.
of toes, you should see my mom's toes.
On that note, welcome into the
So,
second
okay.
episode of WCBI After
Thank
Hours.
you.
Yeah,
Courtney.
thank you, Courtney.
The train has been derailed, but we're back on track. Better than ever.
But real quick, my mom is. Hang on, okay. So she's.
Your
having-
mom's gonna love that we're talking
I know,
about
I know, I
toes
know.
on
She's
this.
having foot surgery very soon.
I'm very fascinated.
But anyway, she has like frog toes, like
she's having
you know how you do the whatever
put on?
this is
Webbed feet?
That's
no,
duck.
like her toes do this, like
They're webbed?
like Spock.
yes.
Oh.
No, like okay, you know, like when you wear a flip flop
Yeah.
and you put your
What?
big toe between.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, well it looks like she put it between the wrong toe, and it's just.
I was
When,
Stuff like that.
when I was producing this show today, I did not think that Scott Martin's mother's toes was going to be a topic.
the top topic.
The top story
The lead
of the
story.
day.
Breaking news,
Help
everyone.
it.
Scott's
It just
mother
happened.
has webbed feet. And another news.
They're not webbed.
They're not webbed. They just look like
frog
this.
toes. That's what I call.
Okay,
Okay.
cue your horrible transition.
And moving
I know.
on.
All right,
Okay.
sorry.
So the Grammys.
Okay, so are we going to do that first?
Speaking of webbed feet,
first?
the Grammys are coming up.
We're not talking about the Grammys first.
All right,
Okay.
we'll do the Grammys here in a
That
minute.
was a preview.
Let's talk about
The
more
tease.
young people think that high school
Diplomas.
is enough. A high school
Yeah.
diploma
Oh,
is enough to get a pretty good, decent
Yes.
job.
I think it depends.
Yeah.
Me and Cindy were talking about this earlier. I think it honestly just depends on kind of what you want to do, and I think it's about harnessing your skills and your likes.
Right.
And if college fits into that plan, then for sure, yeah, go to school, get your degree. But if it doesn't, you don't need to. And also, there have been so many surveys done about the surplus of students and people with degrees in this country, and how now there's not enough jobs
Right.
for those
4
people with
years.
those degrees,
Right.
right? So now we're having people with degrees having such a difficult time finding a job. And so if college isn't the thing for you, don't waste all of that money and all
Right.
of that time. My brother went to a trade school to be a mechanic,
Right.
and that was what he felt was the best for him. And those jobs are equally in demand. And
Right.
if you move on to be a contractor one day, you can make tons and plenty of money to live a comfortable life
Right.
by doing things like that too.
And I think, like, a 4-year college, not going to that doesn't mean that you can't further your education. I mean, trade school is a thing. I mean, it's a big thing. I mean, you can
You get a degree?
be successful.
Yeah.
And I think I have a somewhat unique perspective on that because I do have an associate's degree from a 2-year junior college, and then I did move on and further that and turn it into a bachelor's degree. But so I've kind of seen both perspectives, and my time at the junior college was beneficial. I mean, it's the reason I'm sitting on this couch today. So.
And I think, too, when I was in high school as well, there was a big push on 4-year college. You
Yeah.
didn't really want to go to community college, and I think having that drilled into me was a mistake because I went out of state for school, and I had to take out a lot of money to pay for
Right.
that. So, and I think with a lot of students, and I had a lot of friends too, they didn't know what they wanted to do. Well,
Right.
if you go to a 4-year school and you decide to change your major from, where you would get a Bachelor of Arts, but now you want to do some type of Bachelor of Science, well, your coursework is going to completely change.
Well,
And more
now-
money, because you
now
have
it's
to
a-
go even longer.
Yeah.
Now it's a 5th-year school or a 6th-year
Yeah.
school.
There's as many victory lapses.
I was a 5th-year senior.
But I think more
So was
people
I.
are getting back into that mindset nowadays of, I think when we grew up, it was especially based on the area. Why are you laughing?
Think about Scott's mom's feet.
Sorry, Mom.
I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
I'm just saying, I think at least where I grew up, the idea was you make it through high school and then you move on to a 4-year university. And I think now, people are moving back, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, into this idea of, well, if that works for you and that's in your life plan, then you go.
I think
I'm not even looking at you. I'm literally looking down.
This is why they're not sitting by each other.
I'm literally looking down.
For me,
I
like,
can tell what's going on in your brain.
Okay,
I'm
both
just-
of you don't look
I'm
at
just
each other.
picturing like how the flip flop. Okay.
she put it in the wrong toe, is what it looks like, okay?
You know, I've done a lot of horrible things in my life, I'll admit, but at least I didn't call out my mom's toes on TV.
Stop. Stop with the nose.
All right, so now let's talk about the Grammys, because that's coming
Yes.
up. So, who are some of y'all's favorite artists right now?
So
Well-
sorry.
No, go ahead.
Spotify, my #1 this year. Shout out to Ronnie Smith, because he'll get it. Was Lizzo.
Ooh,
So I'm hoping
new
my
man on the
girl-
Minnesota Vikings.
New man.
Well, honestly,
I'm rooting for Lizzo too.
I'm-
Lizzo is
what I love the most about Lizzo is she's just so authentically herself and not trying to fit into this like image of how celebrities and musicians are supposed to look. She kind of just doesn't care and is doing whatever she wants.
Yes.
And like twerking with a flute on stage.
Right.
Like
Okay,
that
well,
is some
that's-
but the way the way she plays the flute. I
How
mean,
much
she just
money do
plays
I
the
have?
flute like
Well, I was gonna say too, it's so cool to see someone with a unique instrument. Like, okay, like
Yeah.
cool, you can play the guitar. That's great. That's awesome. But she can play something that a lot of people can't play. Like, I think it just adds to her. I think it's awesome.
I want Lizzo to teach me how to play the flute, honestly.
That would be cool.
I don't care. I'll spend every single penny of my life savings, which isn't much right now, but I'll spend it.
Well, maybe she's watching.
I just want to meet her.
Lizzo, please teach me how to play
Well,
the flute.
So
What's
Lizzo is up for album of the year.
What's wild too about Lizzo is that like she really just blew up within this past.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that
Yeah.
album
It's 2
came
years
out
old.
2 years ago, and
It's crazy.
it was like an overnight thing. And
And it's
she was
weird
living
to
out of
me-
her car too, like a few years ago.
Well, it's weird to me. Like, is there no stipulation on album of the year? Like, the album doesn't have to have come out that year.
As
See, I
someone,
thought there was.
Well, see, this is her "Cause I Love You" Deluxe. So there, she's nominated for that,
So
and
she
she's
might-
also nominated for Record of the Year.
So
which
they
is Truth
re-released it
Hurts.
essentially. They like re-released the
I
album
guess.
to qualify as probably.
Maybe.
I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Truth
We aren't
Hurts
Grammy
is also up
experts.
for
Right.
Song of the Year, and she's up for Best New Artist.
Best New
Also, Lil Nas X, is that the one who
Lil
sings
Love him.
Old Town Road?
Rotate my
Okay,
boots.
here's what
That's
I'll
up
say.
too. That's up for.
And that
Raps
should
too.
not be up. Like, cool, it's a catchy song. It's not artistry.
Yes, it is.
But what is art? Can you define it?
Yes.
Okay, we're listening.
Right. Continue, please.
Please, art experts, Courtney.
Also, I love
I'm
how,
just saying, like, I think meaning and intent in music goes
Yeah.
a lot farther than I've got the horses in the back.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's
okay,
why
but-
Bon Iver is nominated. Who knows who that is? I don't, but he's on here like 7 times. I mean, because he's an
Yeah, I don't
artist.
either.
Because he has a true.
Bon Iver is a musical icon.
Credit where credit's
Yes.
due.
All I know is that Bon Iver won Best New Artist instead of Katy Perry in 2009, and that really ticked me off.
It's gonna be okay. I promise.
You survived.
Obviously, I have that date etched in my mind.
But I'm saying if you're comparing Old Town Road to
It was
Truth Hurts.
like Truth Hurts.
What? Okay, but what makes Truth Hurts so much better?
I just told you.
I don't
What,
think the
that
song,
artistry?
like,
What is the intent of
Lyrically.
Old Town Road? Like, what are
I
the
think it's just to be
lyrics?
fun and catchy, I guess.
Have you ever
Because I
looked
mean,
into-
everybody knows it.
But
you know?
honestly, though,
like
have you
a
ever
Taylor
looked
Swift
into
song.
have you ever looked into Lil Nas's background? He was sleeping on his sister's couch, and country music did not accept Lil Nas. Like, they would not play
That's
it
the thing.
on the radio, and he persevered, and he was like a crossover, broke all these things. And so I think maybe the song lyrically doesn't deserve it, but him as a person, he deserves to be somewhere on the list.
He
I'm not
Guys.
saying him and like
Yeah.
maybe Artist of the Year, but
Yeah, or Best New Artist or something.
Well,
Record
what
of
was
the
he-
Year, like that
Yeah.
record is not in comparison to the other ones.
And I can see that argument for sure.
Disagree.
That's because you have
Record-
trash
it wasn't for
taste,
Record
and
of
we
the
all
Year.
know it.
Well, also, I just love
I
how
will defend him to my death.
I love how Billy Ray Cyrus just pops up every 20 years, and he's like, "Hey, I'm
Also,
still
have
here."
you listened to the version though without Billy Ray Cyrus? Because that song lasts all of a minute and a half.
I've
Well-
listened to every version
I
possible.
So
prefer
let
the
me
Mason
clarify.
Renzi
The
Yo.
version that's
Oh,
up for Record
Lord.
of the Year is the one featuring Billy Ray Cyrus.
Right, as it
Just-
should be. No, I'm just kidding.
I didn't know there were 2 versions, to be honest.
Well,
Well,
it's a
that's
remix,
actually
technically,
the thing
actually.
is, I might not be telling the story right, but they wouldn't put him, I think, like on the country music billboards.
Right,
And
right.
so
That's what he
Billy
was
Ray
saying.
So Billy
Cyrus
came
stepped in.
Yeah.
So let's
Because he's a class
give
act.
credit where
Why are you
credit's
targeting
due.
this at me? I
Because
just don't think
You
It's
heard
happiness.
it.
You hurt her feelings when you said it wasn't an artist. When
In
he
this
wasn't an artist.
situation, you are the villain, and
Per you.
What just happened? Why am I being attacked right now?
can we?
You need to apologize to Billy Ray Cyrus.
We're gonna have a cancel
It's gonna be a
graphic.
no from me,
Oh
dog.
goodness. All right, so
Okay, silent
let's talk
count.
about Vine or TikTok.
R.I.P. Vine. We'll pour one out for a homeboy.
I'm gonna be honest. I've not gotten on
Okay.
the TikTok.
Well, so send me
bandwagon
TikToks,
yet.
though.
Well, but not through TikTok.
That's true. I, feel like TikTok.
Now I will say I do come across a couple that are hysterical, but I just haven't fallen for the bandwagon of let me just sit here and
Here's my
scroll through
problem
TikTok.
is I think the main difference too is this idea of Vine was for millennials,
Yeah.
TikTok is for the Gen Zers.
Right.
And millennials don't on typical terms like the Gen Zers and everything.
They are
It's
infringing.
like TikTok just it's just like it blew up.
And so
Well, and-
But like 2013 was such a odd humor time for I feel like
It was
people
when,
kind
like-
of
Yeah.
our age.
it was when like meme culture kind of like blew
Right. The
up.
birth of. Yeah.
And so
so eloquent.
yep,
You know, I'm very well spoken.
clearly.
Yes.
We know this.
But I was also going to say, speaking of Old Town Road, that is where it came from. It came from TikTok.
Really?
Like that's how it got popular. That song was one of the ones featured on TikTok.
I
and
rest my
people-
case.
There's a
Thank you.
I mean,
It would have been so popular on Vine too because Old Town Road is a song that will define the next decade.
okay, so I was a Vine person, but I feel like you two especially have kind of fallen into the TikTok.
I do not subscribe to that. Narrative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll like half subscribe. Like I'll give you.
Do you have an account? Do you like have a
I don't
do you
have
a
the.
TikTok
I don't
app?
have an account, but
Oh,
I
okay.
have it on my phone.
I don't have the app.
Right.
Because okay, well, my favorite thing is to watch like cringy TikTok compilations
love
on
it.
YouTube.
Like a
Yeah.
bad TikToks
Yeah.
trying to be good,
I
but
do
they're
like
just
that.
bad.
I will say that.
it's like people that just kind of miss the mark.
Like people who can't really sing, or
Humor-wise.
people who are trying to be funny.
That's an
but it's just-
interesting
not.
genre of humor, I must say.
it is, and I was introduced to it, and it was just.
You haven't
It's
looked
actually
back.
really funny.
It's almost as good as Vine compilations, which I mean I watch almost every night. It's like my
Well, we
my
do that
bedtime.
together.
It's
We
true.
often
Yeah.
We sit and watch Vine
Vine
compilations.
compilations,
It's
right.
getting hard though because there's not any new Vines. So
That
I
is true.
just- some of
they're
Iridescent
all
like this.
so funny.
Give me your money.
Okay. Well, what about Disney Plus? Have you guys downloaded that? yet?
Well, Cash Live has
so graciously let
yeah. We are all on the Cash.
I'm the goat.
the
Yeah,
Cash
Disney
Matlock
account.
Disney Plus plan.
Right.
What's
yeah.
your favorite show?
I've gotten really back into Kim Possible from
Yeah,
my childhood
Call
years.
me, beat
Yeah.
me.
If you wanna reach me.
And here's the thing, I love Disney Plus just as much as the next millennial, and it's great to go back and look at stuff. But I
Where
feel
are
like,
you going with this?
I just feel like it's gonna run out. Like I feel like I was
No.
talking with I was
No, it
talking
won't.
to Andrew, my roommate, and also one of our production staff members, and he
Shout
said
out
like
to Andrew.
And the WCBI After
Right.
Hours
Shout
talent.
but like he was saying, like nostalgia can only last so long.
I will say I
Okay, that's
definitely
a
watched
feeling
it.
that you can have for only so long. But I can
Right.
watch
Well,
Sweet Life of Zack and
well, they're
Cody
gonna have to start
forever.
doing like original content, which they are.
they
But
are.
someone didn't, some of us didn't get to watch the English version of Lady and the Tramp.
Oh my god. this
Some
again.
of us, their parents bought them the French dub version for no good reason. So
They
now
probably
I get to watch Lady and the Tramp in English
Right,
you
for the
speak
first
French
a
now?
million times.
So you thought that the movie was in French?
I've told you 6 times. I did not think the movie was in French. My parents just.
Why do I have a feeling your parents just accidentally bought that version and didn't want to return it, and so they were like, "Oh, we'll just culture our child."
I'm not going to
I mean, can't you turn
discuss
the
my
subtitles
parents
on?
the way Scott discussed his mother's toes.
Right. Oh no! Don't start.
I forgot about that. Was that this episode?
Toes.
I can't handle
I
this.
already forgot about the toes.
It didn't do much good though learning French. I mean, I know like
Right.
baguette.
Well, I took like 6 years of Spanish, and I can say like "Hola." Sorry, Miss Rios.
I took
I
a
took
good
2
amount
years of
of.
Spanish, and I can't.
I could hold my own. I
you very
think if you
much.
drop me in France.
Sorry to all the French teachers whose names I forgot.
Oh no.
So you did take French class. You
I did, but I
You
didn't.
sound just like
Chef Pierre or whatever from
Lumiere off of Beauty and the Beast. Was that what I was
So,
gonna say.
are there any shows on Disney
Yes.
Plus, like
Yes.
anything there you were disappointed isn't on it yet?
isn't on it. I think the Proud Family. Everybody's
Yeah.
upset about that.
I'm waiting every
but
day.
But they did announce it's coming, and they're doing like a
TikTok,
whole new-
Disney, TikTok.
What else is not on there? I haven't
Corey
watched
in the
it
House.
yet.
Corey in the House is missing.
Iconic.
I'm not mad about that.
remember
I don't
that.
think
Okay, it was
anyone's
bad, but
really
it was
mad about
good.
it. I don't think anyone's mad about it. It's just weird that they have like all the Ravens.
Is the Sweet
and
Life on
Raven.
deck?
Well, I think that's
Or the
also
Sweet
in.
Life-
Okay, but
Zack
the
and
sweet,
Cody?
I feel like the Sweet Life on Deck. That was after I.
I also think
It
it's
was.
That was like a
indicative.
later.
It
and
was
I
Zack
wasn't
and
spin-off.
Cody.
Yeah, and I wasn't. Real
I think it's
live.
indicative that the show itself did not do particularly well. So Sweet Life on Deck, I think, did not as good as Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but did better than I think Corey
I
in
feel
the
like-
House
Corey in the House had like
did.
one season.
Yeah.
Probably.
The
Don't quote me on
concept
that.
of it was peculiar.
It was very
I mean, I'm down
odd.
for it,
It's
but
very odd that somebody would just randomly gets a job at the White House. Like, not. by
Oh
himself.
yeah, Corey in the House. Corey from That's So Raven.
Right, his
Oh, I
dad.
do remember this.
Welcome to the
Welcome.
conversation.
Well, I was like, I've not heard of this. I'm not heard of this, and I was trying to think
We're
of
on
it.
after hours right now.
Sorry, he was just taking a little nap. He's
Welcome.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking about my mom's toes again. No, I was thinking about this. I guess. I don't know.
Not the toes.
So when is her surgery? Because I want to send her a car.
Well, she's having two. Not on her toes though. It's a different
Oh my
problem
God.
she's got.
Okay, actually, I'm done. I don't need
don't
to go
need
into
to-
your mom's foot.
We don't
I
need
know,
to
I
put
feel
this
so
woman's
bad now.
foot issues on blast. Like, isn't she going through enough?
We're gonna have to scrap this entire episode.
No, we're not.
No,
I'll
we're
take a
not.
picture of them when I go home and show you what
No,
I'm talking
please,
about.
just end it. We're
What we
done
need to
with
do
the
is
toes.
just like slap a picture of her toes as like the thumbnail for when we upload this to YouTube.
All right, if you'd like to see a picture of Scott's mom's toes, please click the link below.
Clickbait.
Swipe up and subscribe for more toe content. You know, there are people out there who are probably very intrigued.
Stop.
Oh gosh. Okay.
We're not going
right.
there.
So there's this new thing. It's called a foot fetish. I know. Even the production crew is like, no, don't go there.
All right. Well, guys,
Well,
if you
Kat,
have,
this is the last we're gonna have to let go of Kat.
This will be the last episode.
he will never be back.
He's been.
Okay.
It's been real. It's been real fun. But that's it for me.
You're horrible.
That's it for you.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you have a topic,
Yeah,
hit
we'd
us
love
up.
to hear.
No more feed.
Yeah. Okay. We're not talking about me anymore. All right. We'll see y'all next time.